Alright, welcome back, Pokemon Go players, to another episode of the Purified podcast. Today is April 18, 2021. I am your host, Luis Palacios, with my co-host, Chris.
It's your boy, Pokemon Trigger, please, and I am hyped, even though we have, barely any news from this week.
Actually, we have more news than the last few weeks, that's for sure, but...
That's true. That is true.
Interestingly enough, I don't know, to say the least, I actually been a little more casual this week, to say the least.
Same, for sure. I barely opened the game yesterday.
Yeah, I haven't even barely opened it today, just to do a few things. However, we do have some exciting stuff to talk about, plus some reminders and things that we have caught. And we're going to get into it. Of course, we are here to talk about Pokemon Go news, updates, and ranting about Pokemon Go because we love the game just as much as you do. And let's remind Chris that I don't know what I'm saying anymore, that we are part of the Professor Network, so please check us out at professornetwork.com/Purified Podcasts. Wonderful people to work with every single time. You may be hearing us every now and then in another podcast, so don't close your ears somehow. It's like, go ahead and snap them in or something, you know? Right. All right, so before I begin on the recaps, shift gears, I do have a 10K that's been sitting here for the last 5 minutes, waiting for something to come out.
I called the shiny Gibble.
You really think that that's going to happen?
Easy.
Do you really think that that's going to happen?
Easy.
All right, well, we're going to check it in here.
The shiny Gibble, you got to trade it.
I don't make that promise. Nope, but it's a Timber.
Interesting.
Not bad IVs, 14, 14, 13.
That extra large candy, though.
Indeed. Gotta get it. Well, I was more of a okay hatch. It's still just a 10K, but, you know, it's one of the things. Did I make 25? Yeah, I did 25. Okay, so let's shift the gears, because that was the excitement of a 10K, you know. Let's shift the gears, recap what did we got today or this week, Chris?
I have only one shiny that I got, I believe. Yeah, only one shiny.
Ooh.
And it was Caterpie. Other than that, the only cool thing was a rank 1 I told you Pyroar. I have a rank 1 Pyroar for Great League.
Oh, well, I mean, not a bad thing to get. So I'm guessing
got interesting typing.
Yeah. I'm guessing no Hondos then.
No. The Hondo luck is always down the drain.
Well, as for me, I didn't get any shinies this week, even though I played the week, but I didn't. Like I said, I've been a casual this entire week. There hasn't really been a chance for me to click on a few things, maybe a Hitmonlee here and there, and try to see if I can get a shiny of those. But of course, you know, nobody likes me. Or at least the shinies have not come my way this week at all. It's been a kind of an interesting... Yeah, I know, right? I did, though, get a Hondo, which I'm actually happy about. Surprisingly, it's also part of the one that we just hatched. I did get a 100% Timber from a raid, weather boosted. I was happy about that. One of my viewers in Twitch actually sent me. He's a friend of me in Pokemon Go, and he sent me the raid, and I was like, I had 2 winner raid tasks from the event, from the Rivals Week event, and I was like, okay, let me spin off a couple Pokestops real quick before I enter this raid. I wasn't gonna, my mind was maybe 60% not do it, 40% do it, because, you know, you never know what might happen. But I was just like, do I want to do it? I guess. You know what? It's actually somebody that it's part of my stream, and they are willing to invite me. So I'm like, okay, let's go ahead and do it. You know, it's like I don't mind wasting that remote raid and everything.
It seems like they reward us a lot when we're on the fence about joining
I know, right? It's like just like I always say it in my streams. I don't expect the shiny until you expect the shiny, or even the good Pokemon out there. You know, it's like, I don't understand how it is when it comes down to it, but it is. So I entered it. I was actually getting off of work at the time too, so I was kind of driving and battling at the time. Don't do that, people. don't ever play Pokemon Go and drive. Just but either way, yeah, I did the raid. I saw the CP. I didn't think about it at first because I always see some similar CPs and everything. Why is this okay? And it was fine. When I caught it, I was like, that's a very high CP. I knew it was weather boosted. And then I checked the ABs, and of course it's a Hundo, and I'm like, okay,
Definitely a good one.
I'll take it. And honestly,
You know why?
Hmm?
You know why I like him is because he gets shields for sure in Master League.
Yeah. I'll definitely try him in once Master League comes back. I always wanted one. I always wanted like a Hondo of that one for sure, but I guess my luck finally came, and at least I had something for this week, because if not, I would have been Shinyless and Hondoless. That would have been a fun stream for sure. But either way,
It happens.
Yeah. So our haul, not the biggest of them all, and again, it's not something that it's bad, because again, both Chris and I has been just a few filthy casual the entire week, like nothing to do anything. So, but either way, let's move on to another one of our recaps. Of course, we've been talking about Rival Week this entire time, but now that it has ended, by the time this podcast is coming live here right now, what are your thoughts? What did you think about Rivals Week?
It was really cool to see all the different Pokemon they had spawning. I think that was a really good inclusion. I wish that they would have implemented it a little bit into, like PvP or something, because that's like one of the main thing you do with rivals. But we didn't see any of that. But I don't know. I thought most of it was really fun. I know a lot of people were annoyed at the end of it, but that's a different story.
Well, we can definitely talk about it, because we are talking about the ups and downs of the Rivals Week anyways. In all sense, it was an okay event. But we do have to note that in the blog post, they did mention that Tingo Rocket was going to be part of the event. Sadly, that is not the case. As soon as the event started, or even before the event started, we knew that Tingo Rocket was broken. And that's something that we also was going to talk about in the recap. But let's talk about it now, because it was supposed to be part of the Rivals Week in that sense. Tingo Rocket was going to be spawning more frequently in stops and balloons, and we were going to have all those rival things. We just get as much shadow Pokemon as you can and things like that. However, before the event started, and even before the event was even announced, Tingo Rocket was glitched, where you click on on the balloon, you click on the ground or the leader, and your game just completely froze. I know that a lot of people were suffering from that. Not everybody was experiencing it, but in all honesty, it was pretty annoying, because you had to reload the entire game to even get it, and if you do it too many times, your balloon disappears, and there was no other chance to do anything. So I experienced it many times once the new update started, and it was just a mess. So they took it away, and then they did tweet it out saying, "Hey, we're gonna take away all of this for foreseeable future for now, because we want to fix it, we want to see it." That's how they tweeted it out. We did see the leaders during Community Day. However, they took that away too. There hasn't been any leaders spawning anywhere in the map in the last few times, and I do have the radar for it. But again,
it was hilarious.
Yeah.
I don't know if we talked about it last time, but the amount of leaders on the map during Com Day, it was like every single stop that didn't have Giovanni at it had a leader.
Yeah. And again, it wasn't that we were gonna know that the leaders were going to disappear after Community Day, but they did. So the problem with this, aside from the events being events blog post completely erasing the whole Tingo Rocket's appearances and everything, they completely take it out of the blog post. So that means that there was no chance of us actually seeing Tingo Rocket. We did mention if they're gonna fix it or not, but I guess they didn't. So, in all honestly, what do you think, Chris? Do you think that grunts and leaders have become such a big part of the game that have they been missed so much, or are you glad that they're gone?
Personally, I definitely miss them. I think they're a very fun part of the game. I think it's something that makes Pokemon Go very unique as a Pokemon game. From what I've seen, community wise, it's very interesting to see how many people actually miss it because I know a lot of people complain about doing them, especially on the grind that we had. I think it was from 46 to 47 that we needed all the rockets.
And actually, the grind for 49 to 50 also has the leaders when battling over under 2500s.
Jeez, dude, I can only imagine how many people are stuck at that right now too.
Well, let's rank of what's going on. So people who need to do the grunts and leaders for level 46 to 47, people who need to do the leaders under 2500 for level 49 to 50, and the people who want to get to platinum medal are stuck completely because the feature itself has gone off. One of our friends in our community is literally grunt away, one grunt away for platinum.
They're making them wait, boy.
So it's not to laugh at his, misfortune when it comes down to it, but it's just funny to say that, everything that we relied on because of the grunts and leaders have been taken away. Even 12k have been taken away because of this. And
It's hilarious.
even though we know 12k and the rarity and all of this has been kind of wonky in the last few times, people are actually asking for all this. Like, it doesn't matter what it is. I mean, the community, yeah, it's split 50-50 right now. Or I guess as much as it can be split, I guess. But at the same time, people want the grunts. People want to play battle and do all those things. It just like Chris says, it's part of the game. And it's really unique. So we never really miss it until it's gone. And it's gone
exactly.
now. So...
Exactly. That is exactly what I was going to say.
Yeah.
You don't know what you got till it's gone.
Right. So, I know honestly, it's been a good grind. Like, for me specifically, at least personally, the game or for the grunts has been like I wake up, I do a balloon, I do it with my buddy, so I get the hearts. Then I wake at 12, I do another one. It's been kind of nice not to do them, because you have to remind in the back of your head to say, okay, the balloon will be coming at this time. If you see one, you get another one, maybe a liter here and there. It's kind of nice to just relax my brain from that, I guess. But at the same time, I'm like, I need them. I want them. I kind of like, aside from the Stardust experience, the eggs or something like that, it's just part of the game. Something that's been taken away too early, I guess.
It is nice to have one less thing to worry about right now. I will say that. I think that's one of the contributing factors, though, to not opening the game. Because you're not worrying about missing out on a shadow balloon.
Yeah, no. Definitely.
I've seen a lot of creators online talk, give their thoughts on it. I saw, who's the guy we're always talking about? Fleece King. Fleece King. We both love him.
Oh yeah.
He was talking about how it's like the perfect thing to do between raids for him.
Yes. Yeah, there've been a lot of those too. He's been saying that he's been missing them for sure. He wants to do them. He's a grinder. Like, he loves to grind and everything. But even he has taken a step back this week since all of these things is happening and everything. I do want to say that the game has probably been the most glitchier than it has ever been in his entire career out of the 5 years, or close to the 5 years that we had in Pokemon Go.
It's been a tough week, yeah.
Yeah, so I know they're working on it. I know they are desperately trying to fix any bugs at the time, but thank you, Kanta. Like I said, we're trying to really fix the game itself. And Niantic is aware of that. But there's just a lot of things, and I think people are starting to realize more and more that the game is starting to become more and more glitchy and, miscommunication or something. I don't know. It's just every time we do something in the game, or every time there's an update, something else comes out, like another bug or something. It's like, we can't really enjoy it to the fullest, because every other time that there's something comes out, it's just all over the place, So it's kind of those things. And thank you very much again, Kanta, for the raid, We appreciate it very much. Welcome, Raiders, to the Purified podcast. We talk Pokemon Go news updates and rant about the game because Chris wants to make sure that his camera works. So,
Nah, nah, nah. I just want to freeze up.
definitely. So, what are your thoughts that the game has been very, very glitched bug center in the last few months or last few weeks?
The how glitchy it's been.
Yeah.
I gotta say, I haven't noticed it too much, except maybe in Go Battle League.
Okay.
I know a lot of people have been complaining about Go Battle League this week, but I mean, like, when do people not complain about lagging in Go Battle League? I do feel like a lot of it comes down to the phone, honestly. They always blame it on the Wi-Fi, but I personally think it's the phone operating it.
Well, I get some lag every now and then in the game, and I'm running the latest iOS, iPhone, whatever else that comes onto it.
Honestly, I think it's been kicking me out of the app a lot more.
Yeah. It's I do feel like there's a lot of things that they have to fix. There's no question that every time they bring something into the game that is enjoyable, yes, it will be enjoyable when the game updates. Something else breaks. The raid system is kind of broken. At least they fixed the orange pass thing, but they now we can see who's in the lobby every now and then, and things like that, So we tend to be critical of Niantic when it comes down to the game itself because we do want to enjoy it as much as possible. But at the same time, it's like, kind of just work on it a little bit faster because we love the game too much. Not to say the least, but in all honesty, that's just my takeaway when it comes down to it. Another thing that is actually broken and we'll definitely be talking about right now is that the friendship bonuses are broken right now for Pokemon Go, especially when leveling up to this specific tiers. So between great friends, great friends, ultra friends, and best friends, you do get experience from actually reaching those types of levels with your friend. Recently, we know that when you do a lucky egg, you do not get the experience that same day, and when you hit the level of best friends or anything that you coordinate with the other person, you hit it later in the day. And it breaks it because you don't have a lucky egg on and you don't have the double experience on.
I'm very happy that I haven't done my best friends this week then.
Yeah, it's
because I didn't know the I didn't know the
friendship.
What's it called? I knew that was a problem. I just didn't know the specifics. I didn't know the specifics of it yet.
Yeah, it's they did tweet it out saying this is what's going on, so just be careful when you do your best friends and things like that. I've been holding off on opening gifts, surprisingly, because I do open gifts. But if I ever open gifts, I only open the gifts to the ones that I'm not gonna hit ultra or best friends, just to make sure that I can get the experience when it comes down to it. And I do hope that they can get that fixed pretty soon because I know there's something coming up pretty soon that people want to take advantage of. So we'll definitely talk about it in that. So, and then one last thing. I know, right? One last thing that I do want to talk about is the topic of burnout. So, have you felt that this week? Now, you have said that you've been casual when it comes to the game this week, right? Have you felt that there has been too much to do in the game, or have you felt that it's been kind of like repetitive or kind of the same thing almost every other week?
I don't know exactly what it is. Like I want to catch like weather boosted Metatites and stuff for the extra large candy, but dude, it's so much to do.
Yeah, no, right?
It's like a second job sometimes.
It kind of feels like that. And in my opinion, I feel like there has been too many sequential events introducing brand new things a lot of the times.
I can see that.
And the worst part of it is I feel like it has just been really, really repetitive in the events. Like this event comes in, this spawns comes in, this X, their Pokemon's in X that will hatch, brand new Pokemon, brand new shiny, brand new Mega. Uh, I do want to say maybe the raid boss is also a considered factor because we're also been doing this same legendary for 2 weeks now. Well,
I
a
was
week and a
gonna
half.
say
So
it's gotten kind of stale. Yeah.
yeah, the 5-star race, unless it's a shiny getaway or a shiny possibility, I don't feel like doing the raids. Like there's no reason to me to actually do any of the raids at the time. I've been getting invited here and there to a couple of them, specifically ones that I want to do. Again, it's just nothing. Like for Rivals Week, we do have Metachamp, Hitmonlee, Zangoose, a Viper, a bunch of other Pokemons in Tier 1, and the new Mega, of course, Lopunny. But I mean, you can get them in the wild, so there's no reason to do a few of them or a grand ability of them. So there's no point of doing the raid because you're either gonna get the shiny out there or through the research, and it's just a lot easier than wasting another dollar every other time. And yes, don't
Yeah.
get me wrong, the hard grinders will do as much as they can to get the shiny that they want. I know somebody did over 500 raids for Zangoose, and they finally got one. I know.
What?
And like 200 plus clicks on the swirl, and he finally got at least one of the shinies. So
I mean, yeah. If you want it bad enough, go for it.
yeah, no,
Oof,
it's been okay.
that's brutal.
Can I tell you like one thing that I've been doing more than the 5-star race or anything? I've been doing Shinx.
What? I thought you were done. How much? Didn't you get 6 Shinx?
I did. I had 6 chains. I tried to 1. I have 5 right now, but I've been doing Shinx because it's really the only other Pokemon in race that it's not a Hundo for me. So I kind of been doing every now and then.
Oh, okay. I can get that.
Yeah. So I have the shinies. Don't get me wrong. If I get another shiny, I'll rage. But but in all honesty,
Lucky trade.
I know, right? I've been trying to do them mostly because of the Hundo possibility, and either it comes from an egg or it comes from the raid. So I have to double down on some of the things. It's really the only. Aside from that, Timber. It's a good shiny, but I finally got the Hundo, so now that's good. And then after that, it's probably Clink. With Clink, it's been another one that I just need shiny off. I already got the Hundo, so it's kind of like the raids.
I forgot that you got the Hundo for that one already.
Yeah, so that's how bad it is. If I have to do tier 1 raids, everything else is just like nothing. Like nothing that I want to do. Like, it's not like it's Rayquaza. It's not like it's Groudon or Kyogre. It's not like I'm really hunting for the extra large candy. Even though Landorus, Terra Informed Landorus is actually like a monster in Master League. But, of course, you have to put it at extra large. So that means that you gotta do enough raids to get the extra large candy for it.
A lot of people don't realize that it actually has higher attack stat than Dialga.
Yeah.
Stuff like that.
So it can mow down Dialga pretty quickly if you know what I mean. So yeah, it's kind of those things. So, I don't know. Do I feel the burnout right now? Yes. I do feel like there's not enough or there's just too repetitive for the things to do in-game for me to play it like every time. Like I'll still open it up. I'll still do my streaks. I still will catch whatever I have in Gold Plus, but there hasn't been anything exciting to really get. The brand new Pokemon's in Rivals Week, Krelf and Cloyster or whatever. They're brand new, but they're not shiny. So and they haven't every time I hear something about them, nobody says that they're battleable in anything, not even PvP.
The only thing I can think is maybe Ultra League Dragalge.
Maybe, but that's still a long shot.
Maybe.
And that means that I had to grind extra large candy, so that's crazy too. But that again, it's just one of the things. They haven't been they spawn quite frequently, but not as much as say they they were fully boosted. They were probably normal odds of spawns for the event. And then everything else is Metachan, Hitmonlee, Hitmonchan, and things like that. So it's kind of like, I kind of want to click them, but at the same time, I don't. I have the shinies, I have my Hundos. There's nothing really else that I need when it comes down to maybe just, a shiny Hitmonlee. But that's really about it. So
just trade fodder, honestly.
At this point, yes. So let me know, you guys, what you think. Do you feel the burnout? Do you feel that the game has been too repetitive? let us know in our social medias. We'll talk about those later in this on the podcast. Let us know in the Discord if you are in the Discord, exclamation Discord in the chat. And then, of course, you can always email us at that point. So with that out of the way, and I think we ranted well enough about how our recaps went and the burnouts. Let's talk about the news. Research topics of today. Chris, what is the very first thing we're going to talk about?
Oh boy. Catch Pokemon with your friends during Friendship Day and miss out on a bunch of friendship. Nah, hopefully they get it fixed before then.
Oh my god, yes. So, a brand new event. It is something like a 3-hour friendship bonus day, I guess, but here's the details on that. So, trainers, we're decided to introduce Friendship Day, a new event that is all about having fun with your friends and enjoy various bonuses while playing Pokemon Go. For the first Friendship Day, Grass-type Pokemon will appear more often in the wild. Plus, if you're able to complete a collection challenge to receive a ton of experience, you'll have an increased chance of receiving lucky Pokemon when you trade with a friend.
And you already said we're going to be trading.
Yes, we'll be trading. So what are the features of the event? Well, this event starts on Saturday, April 24th from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. So it's a 3-hour window. Yeah, I know. That's the takeaway on this one. Features, of course, the various Grass-type Pokemon will be appearing more often in the wild. Complete the Friendship Day collection challenge before the event concludes to earn 100,000 experience. Pretty nice. Take part in the Friendship Day Global Challenge. For each hourly challenge you complete, you'll earn 20,000 experience. And then green confetti will be appearing in the map in celebration of the Grass-type Pokemon. Interesting to say. Then we have our bonuses. So you have an increased chance of receiving a lucky Pokemon when you complete a trade with a friend. Please note that this bonus will be active until 5 p.m. local time on the day of the event. So we do have longer than the 3-hour period window to actually do the trades, which is cool because they gave us a chance to do the other parts of the event, which is the Grass-type Pokemons and the Friendship Day Global Challenge. Trade distance will be increased to 40 kilometers. So there's our chance to trade. A 3-time cash experience bonus will be active. So grind out.
Okay.
Yeah, time to grind it out. I got the day off. Might as well, Incense active during the event will last 3 hours. And the return of the lures activated during the event will last 3 hours.
Bruh.
The first time,
out somewhere.
dude, the first time that we actually had this type of bonus for the lures was 2020.
Bruh.
I think it was probably
Dude,
also
set up shop somewhere.
I know it's like we gotta plan it out. We gotta make sure that we know where we're going. But the very first time since the pandemic has started that we're able to actually place a lure and it will last the entire event of the hours, which is cool. Now, if you place a lure, I think before the end of the event, it will still last 3 hours. But it's been a while since I even seen, lures that maxes out at 30 minutes. So I'm actually excited about this because that means more chances of spawns, more things to do, more catches. So that means I gotta go restock sometime before Saturday. And I'm actually kind of excited about that for the first time in a while. What do you think, Chris?
I gotta say, at least having the hourly challenges, I think that's cool.
Yeah.
I'm interested if the Lucky Egg will work on the 100,000 XP. I'm very hopeful.
Yeah. It could be that last little push I need to actually reach level 48.
Ooh.
It might be. I am at 12 million out of 21, so 12.6.
Because the 3 times catch XP will definitely be nice.
Yeah,
I am actually happy about that. I'm more happy about double Stardust going on right now, though. Even though that's ending soon.
Yes, that is actually something we forgot to mention. That double Stardust was active after the 40 million raids were completed. So,
oof.
I know. Either way, I am actually excited. This is the first time that I feel like I can actually grind for 3 hours and catch anything and everything in the game. Like, it doesn't matter what it is. Quick catch, regular things, just get the experience, man. I gotta get that experience. I am over half of this level, and I want to get to level 50, dude.
Yep. I was gonna say, I don't know if I can get to level 50 by the end of the year, but I'm hopeful. That's just so much XP. That is so much
Well,
XP.
if you coordinate a lot of different things, you should be able to. But right now, the games are broken in many different aspects. So, I mean, you
Yeah,
wouldn't.
they said no.
Yeah, no, definitely. It is kind of sad that I'm not level 48 just yet because the lucky trades are really important for level 48, I believe.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think you have to get at least 50 lucky Pokemon and trade like 100 Pokemon over 100 kilometers apart or something. I don't remember the entire task for level 48, but they're there.
You think that's why they're implementing this?
As far as I know, I want to say yes. I also want to
I
say it's
mean, it's
just
cool for everyone. Don't get me
yeah,
wrong.
definitely, definitely. A lot of people do struggle in some of the catches or some of the things that they do to reach the next level. Like if you're a grinder, I mean, I know that it's not probably a problem for you guys. You can pretty much figure out who to trade for the next few days and things like that, just to make sure you get the lucky Pokemons out of the way for that level. However, they are doing a lot of events that do help the player to reach the levels faster. Last time
I was gonna say,
was
because yeah, it seems like a lot of them have been tailored to leveling up.
yes. There was, takeover events from grunts, and that helped out a lot of people. 46. There's been a lot of multiple raids, going on that helps out a lot of people in the lower levels. And then just catches and catches and catches. So there's been a lot of events that focus on just helping us reach that level specifically, and a lot of people are getting close to that, but it's still one of those things.
Mm-hmm.
Either way, the event does sound fun. Something that is just short and sweet, 3 hours is not too bad. Plus, all the bonuses out there. So if you are a grinder, grind it out this event. If we don't have Tingle Rockets yet, good, because you want to catch anyway. So
True.
true. So
Won't have to worry spinning any stop.
I know, right? I do believe that from the end of this event, the Rivals Week, to the next event happening on this Saturday, is there nothing else going on? Or am I just crazy? Is this the first time we're going to have like a full week of vanilla spawns? Or it's just me being crazy right now?
Unless they surprise us.
Actually,
Oh,
I'm being dumb
yeah.
because it's the next news. So I hope you guys are excited about Friendship Week. We will definitely be talking about the next piece of news that we have. And Chris, what is this week going to be?
Ooh, a partnership with Niantic. Sustainability campaign. Hello? Clean up to unlock in-game bonuses. I do believe we had an event kind of like this last year for Earth Day.
This is a very similar type of event from the Earth Day event we had a couple of years back.
Oh yeah, 2 years ago. Ooh.
Yes. So, trainers, we're excited to announce that Sustainability Week event is coming in Pokemon Go. In partnership with Niantic's sustainability campaign, you and your fellow trainer can earn in-game bonuses by achieving various sustainability-related goals in the real world. In addition, Barnacle will be making his Pokemon Go debut, and there will be a free Sustainability Week T-shirt avatar available in the shop. I have to really say that word 3 times.
It's a fun one.
So from now on, I'm gonna say it's sus. Okay, so Barnacle is a brand new Pokemon, so that's pretty cool. When is this event starting? Well, this event starts on Tuesday, April 20th, so it actually is a couple of days after this event ends, or Rebel Weeks ends. 10 a.m. to Sunday, April 25th, at 8 p.m. So an 8-day event, pretty nice, nice long week event. The features, we already talked about Barnacle being the Pokemon Go's debut feature Pokemon here. Pokemon like Grimer, Dribble, Trubbish, Ferroseed, and more will appear more often in the wild. If you're lucky, you may encounter a shiny Trubbish. Gotta get that shiny trash.
It's very fitting, I suppose, for cleaning up trash, right?
Well, thank you very much because it is actually a cool shiny, and
Oh yeah, I
you
agree.
know that the Stardust you get from catching one, right?
Yes, I love it.
The following Pokemon we're hatching from 5 Kilometer X, Diglett, Tangela, Goldeen, Bidoof, Cherubi, Finneon, and Dribble, so nothing really exciting there. Biplume, Alolan Executor, Trubbish, and Banacle, and more will appear in raids. Complete the event-exclusive field trick after encounters with Cotney, Chespin, Banacle, and more. So Chespin being in research for the first time actually helps out a lot of players because I know they've won, a lot of extra large candy for that.
Yeah.
There will also be an event-exclusive time research for you to enjoy. A free free sus t-shirt about there in the item shop. Gotta keep going. Then we also have some rewards that we can unlock, just like the previous events. You can work alongside players of other Niantic games to unlock special tier in-game rewards by participating in the Niantic sus campaign in the real world. The following rewards will be available on Sunday, April 25th from 10 a.m. to the rewards will be available at April 25th. So even after the event ends, I think the rewards will be staying all the way until next month. So we do have those types of bonuses until then.
Mm, I don't know if I'm reading it wrong, but I'm pretty sure just the fact that it's worded the following rewards will be available on Sunday, April 25th from 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. Local time makes me feel like we're only going to have it for that time.
Well, I've been listening. I was actually listening to the lore app before this, and they did mention that the bonuses were going to be going farther past the event exclusiveness.
Really?
So I can't remember exactly
Okay,
if they said a
I'm
month, but I
down.
know that they said that they were gonna stay for quite a bit of time while the events are unlocked. But we do have to unlock them. So the very first tier of rewards, if we do 2,500 activations, 5-star race will be appearing more often. Okay, not too bad. Tier 2, we do have 5,000 activations. A free bundle containing 3 remote raid passes will be available in the shop. These rewards from Tier 1 will remain active. So, nice little free bundle there. Tier 3, if we do 10,000 activations, a 2 times cash experience bonus will be live. And then, of course, the other tiers will also be live as well. It looks like there's also a blog post to the campaign sustainability. I don't know if they give us exact dates when it comes down to it, but it is something to always keep in mind. If we do unlock this, it will be pretty nice. So, what do you think, Chris?
I think it's really cool when they do events like this where we kind of got to work together to unlock things. Um, I I think it's very interesting that they're finally doing more events to get us out there.
Yeah.
Yes, we've had calm days, but I feel like they've been more reserved calm days.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks to COVID.
Right.
But I think they're letting us be outside more in the game.
I do want to say that a lot of these events do prioritize going outside for the first time in a long time. So I want to say it's an okay thing, mostly because a lot of the world, at least a lot of us, have been actually be getting the vaccine, so things have actually calmed down. However, that doesn't mean that the game itself is gonna be. I think you're right. I do think that they're slowly
I
backing
don't
us
think it's
up.
flipping a switch. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not flipping saying, hey, let's go ahead and just remove all the bonuses we have now. Let's go back to the real world and play the game as intended. But no, I think they're slowly trickling us in to playing back again with our friends outside, and as Pokemon Go intends, to actually play, but not diminish what we already got, like extra damage and raids. I don't know what else are the active bonuses that we have. It's been a while since I even looked at them. Open, 1.5 many gifts. No more requirements for the Go Battle, which we know that's never gonna come back. Damage as remote increase for remote raiders. 2 times effectiveness in incest, and then your body, of course, will bring you more gifts. So those type of bonuses, even though they cut it in half from the very beginning, they're still pretty good to have. And I
Oh
know
yeah.
that they're looking at it and making a lot of money from remote raids. Anyways, I don't think they're gonna take those kind of bonuses anytime soon.
I remember telling you too that I was really worried about remote passes. The way that they talked about like lowered damage.
Mhm.
But I mean, we'll see. We'll see what they do in the future. But
Yeah,
yeah, I don't know. I'm looking forward to these events.
yeah.
I think we're gonna unlock the third tier like right away.
I think that, yeah, well, definitely, I do think that too, since it doesn't seem too much. But what we really need to make sure to activate the types of rewards that we have to help our community. So if you want to clean up your community, go out there and do something meaningful for the world right now. Go ahead and tweet a picture to Niantic and say this is what we're doing, and that will help us get to that goal. So just a reminder that unless you do it, Niantic won't do anything else for us. So
I'm pretty sure I'm gonna try to do my part for that.
yeah, I'll figure it out. I'm working a lot of the last few days, so it's kind of hard for me to even go out and try to do something. Depending on how the event goes, and being a 5-day event, of course, we'll see how we will handle it.
We might be able to meet up with some locals actually.
Yeah, but I do work this entire week, so it's gonna be hard for me.
That is true. That is true.
Yeah. But anyways, we'll do our best, guys. Make sure you do the best, clean your community, even if it's just cleaning up like your own neighborhood. That will help out. Yeah.
Mhm.
So yeah. Alrighty, Chris. Let's move on to the next piece of news, and this one's another exciting one. What do
Ooh,
we got?
ooh, you talking about a little picture?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know if you guys know, but there's a little Pokemon game coming out soon, and Pokemon Go is celebrating the release of it with a special event, the new Pokemon Snap game coming out.
Yes. So, just like you mentioned, this game is actually happening to be released at the end of this month, which we're literally a week or so away from it. Maybe 2 weeks, but okay. So, trainers, the grand new Pokemon Snap celebration commemorates the April 30th release of Pokemon Snap, or the new Pokemon for the Nintendo Switch. In this new Pokemon Snap, you'll travel to islands unknown to photograph a various of Pokemon and create your very own Pokemon photo decks. Surprisingly enough, I have to say photo decks on that. To celebrate the game's release, you can enjoy an event in Pokemon Go inspired by this fun method of researching Pokemon ecology through photographs. So, you guys know we do have, AR scanning and even pictures and everything in Pokemon Go. So, this is the perfect tie-in because this is how we play Pokemon Go every now and then. So in celebration, look forward for an inspired by the photography focus game and the lentil region, where it's set.
Yeah.
Pokemon inspired by different habitats in the lentil region will be making experience in more often in the wild, in raids, and new advertised items and stickers will be available in the release of Shiny Smeargle in Pokemon Go.
Yeah, boy. I'm excited. It's not even like a good Pokemon, but it's a cool shiny.
Well, I'm excited, but at the same time, I'm kind of wary about how this one's going to go. But let's go over the features real quick before we actually make our thoughts on this. So it
True.
starts on Thursday, April 29 at 10 a.m. and then it ends on Sunday, May 2nd at 8 p.m. local time. So 29, 30th, 1st, and 2nd, 4 days. Remember that. The features we have Pokemon inspired by the desert jungles and underwater landscapes of the lentil region. I can't even say the word, such as Lotad, Catnia, and Ducklet will be appearing more frequently in the wild. Smeargle will appear in snapshots more often than usual. If you're lucky, you might encounter a shiny Smeargle. Please note that Smeargle will only appear in snapshots a limited number of times, and while shiny Smeargle will no longer appear after the event concludes, you may encounter one during future events. I know that face, Chris. Give me 1 second. Pokemon
Started
inspired by
melting all over again.
God. Pokemon inspired by the Lental region like Vaporeon, Meganium, and Trapinch will be appearing more often in the raids. Look forward for the event exclusive field research and time research that focus on taking snapshots. The camera avatar item and camera team gifts stickers will be available in the shop during the event. These new gift stickers will also be available in the Pokestops. So if you want to be part of the adventure, make sure you take pictures and use the hashtag GoSnapshot in social medias to share your pictures, and you know how you enjoy the event. Alright, so we know that, we have some good stuff coming out of this event, some cool Pokemons that are appearing after a while, and of course Shiny Smeargle. Now here's the downside to this, and just like we mentioned, this event is a 4-day event. We don't even know how many times Smeargle is going to appear in Photoshops. I don't believe it's going to be more than 5 at best.
I agree.
And then that means that also Smeargle will be completely gone after the end of this event. So you better take your pictures as soon as you can if you can get
the shiny form.
Yes. The shiny form. I mean, not Smeargle itself, but the shiny form will be gone after that. Yeah. So I want to say it's a good event. But the longevity of it, like the amount or how long it is and how hard it is, it feels like shiny Happiny for the Flower Crown all over again.
It really reminds me of Meltan with the less chances to get the shiny.
Yes. Because Meltan, you can only open the box every 3 days. And if they have like a week, if you correctly do it, you might be able to open it up to 2, maybe 3 if you do enough, but
yeah. Dude, it's gonna be an interesting one, because if you don't get shiny on the first 2 days, you're gonna be sweating the last 2.
I know you gotta get a lot of luck when it comes down to this type of event, but a lot of people are actually voicing out why is that they're turning off shinies. Like, I understand some of them are exclusive to a lot of things. I can understand maybe a mythical or legendary in some way, shape, or form being, not shiny, like, Genesect with a different drive, not being shiny. Melton, only appearing in special events and things like that, not being shiny. But why
just
Smeargle?
The fact that he's so accessible, yeah.
Yeah, why
Smeargle's a weird one. Why? 1 a day.
I can even understand Unknown, because Unknown is not supposed to be like that easy to catch out there as a shiny and all that. Mm-hmm. But why turn off Smeargle? Like, I don't understand. I understand it's like exclusive to snapshots, but I don't see the reason to it.
It's a weird one. I'm kind of behind it though, because I think giving some more rarity to certain shinies is always good. It makes the shiny more important to the player. True.
But then afterwards, there's probably going to be an event where the Chinese just going to get released and nothing else going to happen.
Just forever.
Yes, forever. Well, let's see exactly what I'm talking about. Like, we have Genesect with a different drive, Meltan, Ditto, Smeargle, and I already said Meltan, right?
Yeah.
And Unknown. So 5 Pokemons, and specifically that their shinies are locked away because Niantic chooses to. Mm-hmm. Unless they're really planning something big for some of those shinies, aside from probably the mythicals, I don't understand why the other ones cannot be shiny in the wild.
It is strange.
Yeah, so
it really is.
If Niantic, if you're hearing this, I as much as I don't want to be critical, I don't understand it. Please let us know if there's anything that we can do to make sure that the shinies come back. But yeah, we don't even know.
Reason.
Yeah, we don't even know when we're gonna have something like this again, because the release of Pokemon Snap is gonna be probably a month's hype at best. But then after that, how are Niantic are going to release Shiny Smeargle again? Like, I don't understand that. Mm-hmm. Funny thing, a lot of people are actually looking at the picture from the Friendship Day, and they were looking and seeing if Kecleon was actually in there, and it was really hard to say that it wasn't. So.
Dude, yeah. I was one of the people that was on the that must be Kecleon after you pointed it out, actually.
Yeah.
And then somebody actually found the photo that they used. They used a stock photo for the picture for the Pokemon Snap event or the Friendship Day event. Actually, my bad. And there's a part on the tree that looks like Kecleon's eye. Like it legit looks like Kecleon's eye. I think people were just expecting Kecleon to be just Kecleon to be involved in an event sooner or later, and we were just filling a puzzle that didn't exist. Because it did turn out it was just the way the tree looked, honestly.
Yeah. So that was interesting to say. But yeah, that's the new Snap event. Again, let us know if you guys are disheartened about this or you're excited as it is. Just take as many snapshots as you can when the event starts and not before, because if not, you're going to lose them. So
you're going to miss out on 5 shiny chances.
I know.
Okay. We don't know how many, actually.
No, we don't. But anyways. But yeah, so aside from that, do we have anything in our PvP section? Get good, get right. Here we go, Chris.
Ooh, a little bit of remix. Okay.
Yeah, well, it's because I've been such a casual this week that I haven't really say anything about remix. I haven't really played that much myself. Have you?
Do you have a opinion on which one you prefer more between remix and open?
Well, I'm sure the Gave is gonna be triggered by this, but I do like my open one because I have Talonflame.
For Talonflame, yeah. No, I don't blame you. I love Talonflame too.
Yeah. So I don't know. I feel like because I just saw a lot of the same Pokemons in the meta of remix, I don't feel like I know enough to counter them, and I don't have many Pokemons made for that meta, I think.
I was surprised at a lot of the meta, honestly. I think the biggest ban, honestly, was Galarian Stunfisk. Because after you take that out, the meta just turns back to the way it was before Stunfisk.
Yeah.
For the most part.
Well, it was either have a Steel, has Bastion, or have a Charmer, or Altaria. So
I don't run any of those.
I don't either, so that's why. Although I have Pokemon ready for that, but I just haven't really had the chance to do. I don't know. I might grind to at least hit level 20 or Ace or whatever. It's been kind of slow this last few days, so I gotta get back into it.
I'll get you there.
I gotta get back to it. Just because I love the Great League as much as Talonflame does. But anyways, but yeah, that's what it is. Now, if you guys have anything interesting, I know a lot of people have been talking about it in our chat here. Let us know what you're running for remix and what you're getting to really do around in the meta these days. So just let us know as much as possible. Krish?
Personally, I just wanted to say I prefer remix just because it's a more predictable meta.
Okay.
In open, people do some funny things. But in remix, yes, you will see double charm. You may even see triple charm. So, just have a way to get out of some situations.
I know, right?
But yeah, it's really fun to be able to use some Pokemon that normally you'd have to be more worried about using.
Yeah.
So, just try new things if you haven't already. Try out some remix if it's still in the rotation.
That's for sure. So with that being said, Chris, I think we are at the end of the podcast. I know, it went that quickly, right? I think we ranted for too long today. Well, if you
we got some things to look forward to.
Yeah, there's some things. So once again, I want to say thank you so much for listening. Thank you so much for joining us on our stream. If you want to keep on listening, or if you want to check us out in our podcast services, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, iHeartRadio, Stitcher, and many more places, you can always find us there. And if you can leave a review, we would greatly appreciate it. Don't forget to follow us on our social media, myself at Pokemon Go and Chris at Pokemon Trigger, please. Pokemon Go? What did I say, Pokemon Go? I said Pure Lighter Go.
Excuse me?
I'm working for Pokemon Go now, apparently. Pure Lighter Go for myself and Pokemon Trigger please for Chris. You guys know I'm already tired as it is anyways. You can also join our Discord. exclamation Discord if you want to join it there. If not, then it will be linked in the show notes or in the description below of the podcast services. And then, of course, you can always email us anything at thepurifiedpodcast@gmail.com. And don't forget to check us out at thepurifiedpodcast.com, the Professor Network. So, Chris, if I don't miss anything else, do we have anything else?
No. I think we covered everything pretty well.
Alrighty, how about you take us away for the night?
All right. I hope you guys got the new Pokemon already, Scrub and Clauncher. Definitely looking forward to Binacle. I really love his evolutions. So I hope you guys are excited too. A lot of water Pokemon. Oof. But yeah, get them shinies, get them new entries, get them level up, and let us know how you guys are doing on Twitter. I would love to see it. Peace out, guys. Have a good one.
Keep grinding, trainers, and we'll see you guys next time.